Thanks to the support as a channel member, Martin Cooper. Well, we're a third of the way through the Premier League season, and somehow, despite us not really having a striker, and Erling Haaland and Ivan Toney having already scored 34 league goals between them, we're top of the league. We just need to finish things off nicely before sending all our players off to the World Cup. Hello and welcome to part 5 of my FM23 beta save with Chelsea. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final Champions League group game away against Ajax. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you listen to the song today. And we're also facing Liverpool in another big away game in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, we've pretty much continued our good form. We've actually got a good number of games under our belts. Little bit of a shock with that defeat against Aston Villa. It's our one defeat that we've had this season in all competitions. It kind of came from nowhere as well. I'm blaming it on a Champions League hangover, even though you can see, as per the goals Brozier has scored in the Salzburg game just a few days before, we've pretty much been playing a rotated team in the Champions League, but still came back into the Premier League, full strength side, and just got absolutely battered to the point where I think we probably need to stop using the 4-2-3-1 away from home. Although we have used it a couple more times. We used it there. We're using the 4-3-3 for the big games. It's definitely working. I'm using the 4-3-3 today. Even I don't know. I can't explain the Villa result, but the Premier League is looking very snazzy. 14 games in, we're on 35 points. Man City and Arsenal on 30. As you can see, Haaland and Toney, still absolutely ridiculous. Erling Haaland, 20 league goals from 13 appearances, 26 goals in all competitions. Ivan Toney, 14 from 14, becomes ever more tempting as a potential future signing. And Jamie Vardy is banging in the goals as well, inexplicably. We still don't really have anybody. Our highest representative on the goal scorers charts is Kai Havertz, 7th place, 7 goals. If we could sign a striker, we'd be unstoppable. And if I can't get Tammy Abraham, maybe we go for Ivan Toney if they decide to give us some money to spend in January. They're probably not going to give us any money to spend in January, are they? It'll be fine. Let's go beat Ajax in the Champions League with a rotated team, because that's what we're doing in the Champions League. Although we've kind of trimmed the squad down so far that even with rotation, there's a lot of regular first teamers in here. So it's Kepa in goal, a back four of Cucurella, Koulibaly, Fofana and Chalobah at right back. Reece James not fit to play. Azpilicueta also not fit to play. So Chalobah is learning to play right back and he'll like it. Zakaria is going to be at the base of the midfield with Gonçalves and Gallagher ahead of him. And then Pulisic on the left, Hudson-Odoi on the right and Brozier up front, who is very much enjoying getting some starts in the Champions League. Conor Gallagher, captain today as well. It's a new Chelsea, boys and girls. Conor Gallagher's our captain. Armando Brozier is leading the line for us. We're giving you a little look for the Chelsea of the future. We've got Fofana and Chalobah in there as well. This is a young, up-and-coming, exciting Chelsea team. Hudson-Odoi as another homegrown player at the club as well. The most recent England squad had 7 Chelsea players in it. And that's ignoring the fact that Tomori and Abraham were both in there as well, who, let's face it, I'm not a Chelsea fan. As an outsider looking in, don't really understand why neither of them are still at Chelsea. It seems to make no sense at all. Weird mismanagement is what I'm going to blame it on. Chelsea fans, let me know all about it down in the comments section. Tadic is in here for Ajax. He scored against us in the first game against Ajax in the Champions League this year, and he's done it again. The revenge of Tadic against me for bidding him off in my rebuilding Ajax video about 6 months ago continues as he just makes a mockery of me. I said it's a rotated team today, but our back four's pretty much the first choice back four. If this was a league game, we still don't have a fit right back, and the rest of the back four seems about right. I know we've got Kepa in goal, but he's not disastrous, is he? Kepa's all right. This whole team is right. We shouldn't be losing to Ajax. We have already won our group, so it doesn't really matter, other than in terms of momentum. Obviously, Football Manager 2022 was very much a momentum and morale simulator. I can only assume early on that the new game is the same. But then we have just looked at that Villa result and we've pretty much won every game since. So maybe taking the odd defeat won't be quite so damaging in this year's game as it has been previously. I guess that's what we're doing in today's episode. It's an experiment. We're going to try and find that out. We're going to lose deliberately against Ajax. That's what's happening here. And then see if it makes any difference when we go and play Liverpool in the next match. See, now we've got narrative to explain this poor performance. I'll tell you what we are going to do. We're going to switch to the 4-2-3-1 because we are not really creating anything going forward. So let's shuffle all this around a little bit. Go attacking, and we'll give Brozier 10 minutes. He's not really showing us very much, is he? We've got Aubameyang down on the bench, who I haven't really given much of a chance to yet. His few substitute appearances have been out wide. I'm not really using him, and maybe this is a situation where you throw Aubameyang on for 25 minutes, half an hour, and give him a chance to terrorise Ajax a little bit. But I'd rather go with the homegrown boy. He's Brozier is homegrown at club, isn't he? Isn't he? We're checking. He must be. Homegrown at club? Homegrown at club. There we go. So yeah, we want to give the homegrown boy a chance rather than the Arsenal and Barcelona reject. Aubameyang. Hello, go warm up. We might need you in a minute. There he is. Just checking he is actually down on the bench. Because we're creating nothing at all. Right, Fofana is tired. So Thiago Silva is going to come on for him. Hudson-Odoi is going to come off for Raheem Sterling. We're then going to take off Pulisic and bring on Havertz as the attacking midfielder. And Aubameyang's going to go up front. Who else have we got who could come on and potentially win the match? I'm thinking Ben Chilwell for set-piece delivery. There we go. 5 changes, 20 minutes to go. We're going to demand more and hope that by throwing on the big boys, Aubameyang, Havertz, Sterling, we can find a goal from somewhere. I'm not even considering Havertz one of the big boys here. He's our top scorer this year. He should be the main man. I still don't fully trust him because he's playing out of position all the time, although he is playing in his actual position today. So show me that you can be in there pulling all the strings, Kai, and make these 3 around you look good. We're actually not going to get back into this match, are we? We'll demand more again. We've shown nothing going forward in this game. Pathetic. Back to the original plan. It was all an experiment. We did that on purpose. Let's see if we can still beat Liverpool. Right, back to full strength for Liverpool then. The Haaland conqueror, Thiago Silva, is back in as part of a back four that has Mendy behind it, Cucurella, Fofana and James also surrounding Thiago Silva. Jorginho at the base of midfield, Gallagher and Kovacic in centre mid. We are still waiting for the return of Kante. 5 more weeks before we get Kante back. I think Kante's going to miss the World Cup. That might play into our favour in the second half of the season. Mount and Sterling out wide, and then Havertz back in his usual spot up front. Liverpool, similar to in real life, haven't had the strongest start to the season, finding themselves, I think, down in 4th place going into this match. So, where are they? Yeah, 4th place, 7 points behind us. They'll be viewing this at Anfield as an absolute must-win to try and make sure that they can head off on the World Cup break, knowing they are actually in a title race. If we can come here and pick up a win, we pretty much finish Liverpool off before the World Cup, which would be lovely, and then kind of brings it back to being a 3-horse race between us, Manchester City and Arsenal. Let's face it, Arsenal are probably going to drop off. This is Football Manager, unlike real life, where Arsenal pretty much guaranteed to win the Premier League. Kai Havertz, I've been telling you all along, he's the best striker in the Premier League. Out and out, natural striker. We don't need anyone. We've got Kai Havertz. He's the man. If I played him regularly, imagine how many goals. I mean, he does play most matches. We just move him around a lot, as I'm determined to prove he's not a striker and he's determined to prove he is. It's just excellent man management on my part. I'm constantly telling him he'll never score enough goals for us, which makes him respond by scoring loads of goals for us. Oh, that was a juicy effort from range. Interesting to see Trent not involved in the set piece there. Actually, the guy who's chasing in, trying to grab the spill from the goalkeeper, which is, I mean, it's an interesting technique. I'm not sure it's something Liverpool would pursue in real life, but they have another free kick here. This time, Alexander-Arnold is over it, and this is definitely the danger zone for him, but he's not got his shooting boots on today. Excellent stuff. The free kick goes over, and we maintain our 1-goal lead and what currently stands as an 8-point lead at the top of the Premier League. But of course, Manchester City do have a game in hand and a robot playing for them. So don't count any chickens before they're hatched, boys and girls. Reece James on the right-hand side, trying to get the best of Jordan Henderson, but can't. That's a weird sentence to say. And now Keita playing it forward, looking for Firmino, but Fofana intercepts. And Cucurella is basically playing at centre-back there. He's come all the way across to help out Thiago Silva, only to see Jorginho give the ball away to Luis Diaz. And Liverpool playing it through to Firmino. It was so easy for them. I've talked in previous episodes how overpowered these through balls are in FM23. Last year or the year before, I think it was crosses. You just wanted to cross everything for the far post, stick a big guy there. That was your route to glory. This year, certainly early on in the beta, it seems this is what you're looking for. You want flat through balls along the ground to decent, quick strikers who just ruin you. Through balls. They're going to be everybody's nightmare this year, boys and girls. I can't cope with them already. It's one of the reasons why Conor Gallagher is playing more games than you would necessarily expect. I mean, Kante being injured also contributes towards Conor Gallagher being in the team. But he does hit a lovely through ball, as we've seen multiple times. Right, 1-1 at half-time. I'd actually be pretty fine with coming to Anfield and drawing 1-1. That's why we've come in with a 4-3-3. We're not necessarily coming here looking to beat them, but we'd like to not lose to them. Robertson clearly wants to win, which is very sad. Raheem Sterling coming back and covering, though. Wonderful work from Sterling. Now Mendy lumps it forward, looking for a big striker, and then remembers we don't have one, so Virgil van Dijk just heads it away comfortably twice. Robertson again trying to build down the left-hand side, and now Luis Diaz is going the long way round, not the wrong way round, because it worked, but Salah then gives the ball away, and it's back with Cucurella at left-back. Jorginho, they're on. Every time Jorginho gets the ball, Firmino is on him. He's not giving him any time to settle, and Firmino now pressing Fofana and winning the ball off him twice. I mean, that's really poor from Fofana, because he gave the ball away, won it back, and then still faffed around with it and gave the ball away again. Fofana, young and inexperienced. We've already confiscated his ball-playing defender instruction, in fact, have we? I know I have. I'm hoping he's just a centre-back on this tactic. I know on one of them I took away ball-playing defender from him. Yeah. It's been confiscated because he can't be trusted with being a ball-playing defender. Am I going to have to make him a no-nonsense defender? Because at the moment, there's too much nonsense going on with that boy, as you saw there. Very upsetting. He's a good defender, but he faffs around and does stuff like that, and it's very troubling. Kovacic trying to get the through ball for Havertz, but unfortunately he doesn't have that sweet Conor Gallagher through ball on him, and Mendy's come out to say hello. I mean, he doesn't trust Fofana after what he's seen from him before. Yeah, again, he's still faffing around on the ball. What have I got to do to get that boy to just get the ball away from him when he's got it, not invite Roberto Firmino to come and take it away from him? We're taking Fofana off. He's tiring. He's on a yellow card. He's having a terrible game. Maybe it's time for Koulibaly to get a little bit of a run. I've not played Koulibaly as much as I imagine Chelsea fans would have expected after spending all that money on him. But I like Thiago Silva. He's the Haaland conqueror. And I can only play one of Fofana and Koulibaly alongside him. So at the moment, Koulibaly's not getting a lot of football, as I figure go with the younger of the two, but maybe not in a big game like this. We're making some more changes. It's time to throw. See, my instinct is throw Brozier on. But I guess if I'm going to be a sensible grown-up, we've got Aubameyang on the bench. We're away at Liverpool and we need a goal. Should we actually be putting Aubameyang on here? Oh, the indecision. We're going to take off Sterling. Sterling's not having a very good game. We're going to drop Havertz back and we're going to bring on Aubameyang. We'll leave one spot on the bench for Brozier to come on with 10 minutes to go. If we still haven't grabbed the equaliser, we'll go 2 up top and just really try and force it. 10 minutes have passed. Nothing has happened. Mason Mount's going to come off. Brozier's going to come on. It's going to be very lopsided because Havertz is just going to have to play out wide and like it. If we play him... Hold on. How have we got... Right, if we play him this way round, this works, I think. And then get him up there. I guess, do we play them both as advanced forwards? He can play as a complete forward, surely. Yeah, get him as a complete forward. Go attacking. I don't know. Might work. Got to try something, haven't we? Liverpool on the attack end. We can't demand more yet. If they score here, Is that a world-class save from Mendy I've just seen? Beautiful. Where was that earlier in the match when Firmino was running riot and causing all sorts of problems for us? Robertson looking for the corner. We need a big-headed clearance and a counter-attack here, please. We got neither. Firmino searching for a hat-trick. This drags us back into the mix with these other three teams if we lose here. It's not ideal. This is not the way I want to send the boys off for the World Cup. Koulibaly across to Thiago Silva. An equaliser here would be beautiful. Pedro Gonçalves, sorry. If I'd have said his name right, he might have scored. I've just really offended the boy, and he's pulled out of that shot as I said his name wrong. Oh, that's all. That's on me. That is absolutely on me. I apologise to Pedro. We've made a terrible error, and now Liverpool coming at us again. That was the opportunity, and now Robertson. I mean, we've been done by a left back. Oh, that's horrible. It's fair to say today's episode hasn't exactly gone to plan. After showing you how great I was at the start of the episode, we've lost twice. Maybe we need to go and buy a striker after all. Cucurella's had a terrible performance. He's not the only one. Fofana definitely there's questions need asking about him. I think, like I say, it is time for Koulibaly to get a little bit of run of games. I'll no doubt forget that by the time we're at the other side of the World Cup. But at least we will go into the World Cup break top of the league. I mean, there are 2 more games to play. Only one of them's in the league. So I think regardless, we'll go into the World Cup break top of the league. But not as comfortable as I thought we would be. I thought we were going to beat Liverpool. And we didn't. And I am sad. Right. We will now get through to the other side of the World Cup, get into January. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be telling you about the extra money the board have released me to spend in January to make sure we can get over the finish line. If we've got 40 million to spend, try and stop me signing Ivan Toney. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget, I'm supposed to keep telling you this every episode, and I keep forgetting. I'm streaming on Twitch like every day at the moment. Twitch.tv/LOLLUJO. I'll be there live tonight. Come and watch me over there. If you don't want to watch me live, LOLLUJO 2, there'll be highlights tomorrow morning. So either way, there's more Football Manager content than what we've just got on this channel. So go find it. We've got all sorts going on. Toodle pip. What is that? Again?